Was losing the seat of Yala your worst moment?
No, apparently it wasn't.
Mm.
I think my worst moment is seeing my husband breathe his last. That was my worst moment.
You witnessed that?
They kind of, because I told him you can't do this to us, and he just looked at me once, and I saw I was like the doctors were trying to put me away, and just seeing that, because they made me sit aside, and they were trying to put oxygen and what. Then later on they came and told me they cannot make him breathe again.
That's what they say.
Yes, just that pronouncement. We can't make him breathe again. And then I saw the doctor's tears dropping. After that, I think now nothing scares me.
You became more stronger.
I was.
So you want to say that whatever
comes,
you cannot treat that as
accept
anything, anything that can take you, can break you away.
No, I think
I love that.
That was my biggest test in life. And to me, after Jack's death, the rest, other people think I'm insensitive on certain things. I'm like, oh, it has happened. Okay, let's do this. It's
subconscious.
Like it hurts, but life will continue.
Life will continue. You see, you see a lot of people struggling with the world, running up and down, saying, "Oh, I'm pissed off with this. Oh no! How am I going to go? How am I going to manage this?" And then you're like, "Oh, the world hasn't given you news.
It hasn't."
There are people who have experienced great news. There are people who have experienced the worst news.
The worst. And once you've got to that stage, you are looking like when people are fighting and what, you're like,
what's wrong?
What's wrong? Keep your peace.
Can't you leave that? Can't you go away?
That was my wake up.
You saw some people who are almost hanging themselves because of ministerial positions.
Yes.
And you're like, what is it about being a minister?
It's not.
Can't you? Even in campaigns like elections of the recent concluded ones, you're like, what is it? Can't you do away without being a member of parliament?
Yeah.
What is the problem?
You learn to accept everything that comes into your life, and then you also realize that nothing is permanent. At that time when he was declared dead, I thought my life had come to an end. Guess what? 22 years after, I'm still here. I'm alive and still contributing to this country. So I kind of say there is nothing, because you would imagine somebody would be permanently in depression. There are people who decide, because whatever we do in life, it's your decision. And nobody should ever say, no, for me, they forced me into this. Nobody forces you there. It's your decision. Once something hits you down, make sure don't stay down. And that's the decision I took. You can hit me, I'll go down, but guess what? I will come up, and when I come up, I'll be stronger than when I went down.
And that's where Napoleon Hill said any setback should be used as a setup for a comeback.
Yes. So each time something throws you down, don't stay there. Just pick up yourself. And nobody's going to pick you up. That's one thing I've realized. And I don't blame anybody.
By the way, talking about nobody's going to pick you up, I wanted to ask you, how many people who are close to you, by the time the late Jack was around, I won't call him Dad, by the time Dad was around, and when he left, they also left with him?
Oh, many left.
I expected that. I
appreciate people like General Katumba Wamala. General Katumba has stood with us through thick and thin. He was his boss when they were in Gulu. And General will always be there in all our functions. So for me, General Katumba Wamala is one of those friends who said, you guys, I know it has happened, but Katulabe, how we move around. But many people leave, and I don't blame them. They were his friends. They were not, they became my friends because of him.
him.
Yeah. So I expect they were his. So they had to live with him. Yeah? And I don't blame them. So I tell people, don't put your grudges on other people. People don't care about me. Who are you? And why should they care about you? Care about yourself. Do things. There are people who decide they will put their problems on other people. For me, you see, these people
Like,
forgot me. Why should they remember
normally
you?
there are emergencies.
You don't make your emergencies. They are emergencies. Hey, your problems, they become they are emergencies.
They are emergencies. Their problems
They
become
also have
emergencies.
problems, by the way.
Yeah. If someone is like, excuse me, I have an emergency. Oh my God.
So why do you think your emergency should become mine? So I don't blame. I don't blame anybody. I believe if God still gave me a brain, God has given me the ability to do so many things, then I should use that brain. And I shouldn't go around blaming people for actually not being there for me. I should be there for myself. And I should keep showing up for myself.
All right, thank you very much. Once again, my name is Daniel Mugoya. It is always a great pleasure to meet people like Sheila.
Yes, please.
Honorable former legislator who served in the Yala Parliament.
Yes.
Exactly. Just here at Ntembuzi Cultural Fun Park.
Yes.
Welcome to the show.
Thank you very much, Daniel.
I hope you're fine. Yes, Daniel.
Yes, thank you.
You're
so
fine.
Much, Daniel. I'm very, very fine. Thank you.
I haven't yet even put it in my mind that I'm in such a very big place and it is owned by one person like this, and that is Sheila. I don't know.
Yes.
Does that really sound? I think even to my camera person it doesn't sound in his mind. Does it sink in your mind? Anyway, Sheila, yeah, once again, you're welcome. First of all, how big is this area?
Ntembuzi Cultural Fun Park is actually seated on just below 14 acres.
14 acres?
Yes.
14 acres.
And we have developed everything.
This is Nabusugwe.
Yes, this is Nabusugwe.
Chira Division, Mukono.
We are in Mukono, Goma Division.
Mukono, Goma Division.
Yes.
So 14 acres in Goma Division in Mukono, not even Kaburamaido.
No.
So someone to acquire over 10 acres in a place called Mukono, you must be having a very rich history of having worked to this level. So that is the kind of conversation we are going to dwell in today with Sheila Kawamara. What could be that immediate thing you would tell, for starters, someone about Sheila Kawamara?
Okay, Sheila Kawamara Mishambi.
Mishambi.
So Kawamara is my father's name and Mishambi was my husband's name. So Sheila, I'm a Ugandan woman, a teacher by profession, a journalist, and also I've done some politics. I was a member of the East African Parliament.
Yeah.
And I've been a woman activist for a very long time, maybe close to over 30 years. I've been a woman activist in Uganda here. And I have great passion for subjects like history. As a journalist, I'm an accomplished journalist.
I know. So you're going to walk around.
Yeah. So as a journalist, I have had this love to really document our story.
When you talk about our story, which story is that?
Our story as Africans, that is a story that your grandfather told you or your grandmother. The story
from
about
a fireplace,
the road blocks, the story about those people we never saw. Because right now, when people talk about the Bachwezi, for example, that's our story. Those were our great-grandfathers.
Now I can try to relate the word in Ntembuzi.
Tembuzi.
The Batembuzi.
Those are the Batembuzi. And because nobody wrote the story of the Abatembuzi. They keep on saying, oh, they were demigods, they carried fire, they never existed. So we are saying no. These people existed. And their story is being told. Now, because the teachers, because the teachers who decided to document, they decided to document history from the time the Europeans came to Africa.
Sir Samuel Baker's.
Yes, as if Africans didn't exist before that. Because they found there Africans, they found here kingdoms, well organized.
Exactly.
They found their roads. Buganda had its road network already there. Bunyoro was already organized with a standing army. The chiefs in northern Uganda, they already had their systems. So why are you trying to tell us that they were barbaric, they were naked, they were... That's what we want to refute and say no.
Okay.
We have our story, let's tell it. Yeah.
All right, and that's basically the reason for Ntembuzi Cultural Park.
Yes, that's the story that's the reason why we exist, to be able to tell our story, and we keep it so that our children and their children understand. And we take pride in our story. Let's not be ashamed. It's okay if we didn't have technology. We didn't have the Maxim gun, but eventually we got the RPGs and whatever. We have even rockets. We saw them flying. So it doesn't matter whether we didn't have them at that particular time. But now we have them. So let's keep documenting our story and telling us, you know where you come from. You don't know where you're going.
Exactly. Where do you think was the foundation of losing it out, like losing the identity, away from the Europeans coming here to mess up things?
I think we lost it, you see, when the Europeans came in, one of the things they had to make sure that you do not know yourself. So tell you that everything about you is bad. Once you are baptized, leave everything behind. Forget about your great-grandparents. Curse them. And we've been to some prayers where people are praying against their ancestors.
I know.
And you say, if you're cursing your ancestors, then who are you? So the moment they told us, leave everything, traditional knowledge, like, you know, traditional medicine.
Yes.
They made that witchcraft. If you talk about traditional medicine,
talk about herbalists,
it's witchcraft.
Herbals.
Yeah. So you talk about, because even that time, by the way, because people were, the technology had grown so well, had grown that people were making guns and bullets by the time the British came here. So they said, they find you doing iron smelting or making a gun, you'd lose a hand. They would cut off your hand. So you can see that even our technology, somewhere they had to stop it. Yeah? And then eventually tell you your parents were, because they didn't go to school, so they are stupid. So anybody who would go graduate university, they start looking down upon all the other people and their traditional knowledge as if it was completely useless. Now, that is a problem. That's when we lost it. Yeah.
All right. No, someone listening to you might take it in two ways. It's like Sheila is trying to go against development. Because generations come and go. You see, most of these young people, when they hear you talking about history, they say, no, Sheila, those were your times. No, please, leave us alone. You see, we are trying to advance in technology. You are trying to do this. You say Elon Musk is telling us to do this, and now you're telling us, well, you know, you are getting lost. So no, we need to strike a balance in this conversation.
Actually, we are going to use a lot of technology here. Because what we are doing, we are not doing anything like the culture, the baskets, the what, which doctors and what you find them at. No. Actually, what we are doing here at Tembuzi, we are documenting those stories, and then we are using immersive technology. Virtual reality, holograms, we're going to use augmented reality. So we create a reality for you. that you did not witness roadblocks, but because of virtual reality, you will experience the roadblocks. Yeah, you did not experience.
It's just like visiting a museum.
Yes, but this time you do it virtually. You yourself, you're transported in
physically. Okay.
No,
virtual.
Virtual.
Oh.
So we give you the virtual element, and then you are transported into the times of the Uganda matters. You are able to move with the Uganda matters up to the place where they are burning them. You are also feeling
as
the
if
heat
you're
of the
physically
fire.
present.
Yes, that is what
it's like a 3D movie.
3D movie. You are in there, and that is what we are creating at Tembuzi. That out of all this green you are seeing, at every place you will have a zone of a story being told, and then you are able to be immersed. If we are talking about the Luwero Triangle War, you must. The actors who are in Luwero will tell us about the war. People will go there and shoot the documentary. There are some stories about that. And then you are able to see the guys running. Even you are able to participate in that. So that you are not only seeing Bruce Lee somewhere, you are not only seeing Schwarzenegger, but you are experiencing this in the Ugandan film.
Does this sound somehow related to those Disney parks?
Yes, it is. Because in those places also they do a lot of virtual reality.
Hollywood.
Yes, in Hollywood. So that is what we are bringing here, but with our story.
With our story,
with
like
our
maintaining
story.
Our identity.
Yes. So when we are talking about circumcision, you've never been to
Mbali.
Now you get into the real circumcision.
So you put on those virtual glasses.
Yes, you are part of the
You're
group.
part of it.
Oh. So that you are able to appreciate where we are coming from. And you can touch it, you can feel it. So by the time you leave Tembuzi, you're like, people who are talking about we want to go back to war. Those of us who experienced the war in the 80s. Like me who went to Rwanda and experienced the genocide in Rwanda when it was fresh. I can never joke about a genocide. It's real people. You know, sometimes people think these are statues or these are things that never happened. But when you get, and I thank God for this technology that has come, because it completely transports you to the actual moment. When you get out, unless you're out of your mind, you'll think twice about certain statements we hear on our... sometimes when I'm on YouTube and I'm listening to statements, I say, do these people know what they're talking about? This is real. Like the war in northern Uganda. It was real war. People died. So if you bring that war, tell that story, ugly as it is, but give it that virtual realism. And people are able to say, I don't want to experience that. Of course, we shall have these stories told to different age groups, depending on the age groups, because there are certain ages where you'll not say a 6-year-old should witness that death and what. No. So we shall have different ages coming in. We shall have the researchers coming in to help us document these things and make sense of them. And then we shall also promote discussion. I know most people, as I was developing this place, they thought it was for weddings, parties. Everybody tells me, oh, this place is so beautiful for...
Yeah, I was about to ask you why you don't have a swimming pool here.
Yes. There are so many places in Uganda with swimming pool. For me, I want this for people to come and experience our story as Uganda. And then after getting this story, now I can sit with you and say, Daniel, where do you come from? Then you tell me where you come from. So Daniel, for me, I come from this place. But you know, at the end of the day, your people, my people, other people's people, we were all put in a country called Uganda. And you know, we are not leaving.
Of course.
Because they have already...
Yeah, Juma wanted to leave one time. I also told him, you can't leave.
You can't leave. He's going where? We are stuck here with everybody. So we all have to work together to make it work.
Exactly.
Because when it doesn't work, it hurts all of us. So let's make it work. Let's have these discussions. Some of them are ugly, some of them are painful, but we make it work and be Ugandans and proud of our story. Even the ugly bits, let's be proud of them. Because once something is ugly, then you say, I will never do it again, we will not repeat it.
Of course, because when you repeat a mistake, okay, making a mistake might not be a mistake, but when you repeat the mistake,
now
it becomes the mistake.
Yes. And as they say, history never repeats itself, but fools do repeat history. You must be a real big fool to start repeating something that hurt you. So I don't want to be a
history never repeats itself.
Yeah.
But fools
repeat history.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So Sheila is taking us around Tembuzi Cultural Park. It is a peaceful and calm area with quite melodious sounds filled with the bird-filled sounds. Yeah, it's a calm environment, fresh and clean. You can look at the trees, over 14 acres. I know many of you have already started asking yourselves why she doesn't have arcades, malls, apartments, and she's talking about a dream which can be fulfilled in like 100 years from now.
Yeah, and you see, we want this place to be like for educational purposes, but also tourism.
Tourism.
Yeah? We export our stories. You know, there are so many things for sale.
Exactly. Do you know, let me tell you a simple story. I was in the US, and particularly I think that was Florida. And I met the story of a Ugandan who tried to fight was it an elephant? A lion, yeah. There's that Ugandan who tried to save the whole village from a lion which used to attack them.
Yes.
So they documented it and they are selling it.
And it's being sold.
It is being sold. People, and I, a Ugandan, I paid to go and to go and read that story.
Yes.
In a park in Florida. Yes. I was like, oh my God.
And that is what we want to talk about. Talk about great men like Kabalega. The guys fought the British rudimentarily. Mwanga, Kabaka Mwanga. Although we were seeing him as a villain when we were being told about him. Let's get his story. Tell it. Export that story. You will see that more tourists would come to hear our story than to see, yes, the mountain gorillas are nice, I've never gone to to hunt down the mountain gorillas.
To our zoos and the national parks?
And in Windy. I have not been there personally, but I always say, what are they looking for? Because you know, for us now, having grown, you're told that is a wild animal. You fear it. Now I'm like, but we have other things to sell. Just selling our story, different stories. You'll go to Mbale, they will have a story. Even just asking them, how did you begin this circumcision? Then walk backwards until you'll find that they imported that. They call it's our culture, it's our culture. But it was an imported thing from the Kalenjins in Kenya. Where some Mugisu boy wanted to get a girl from there, they said, unless you are circumcised. Then when the circumcised guy came back, all women wanted to find out what he was like. So eventually... So
the issue of women trying to find out what is the...
Now all the men got circumcised.
It started in the early days.
Yes.
I thought it started of recent, where you will say a man walking around and then a woman is like, I need to find out why he walks like that.
Yes, so just like that. So when you find that story and you find Magisu claiming it is ours, it has been our story, then you say, no, let's tell you what the real thing. I remember I went to Mbale and I was talking to the Omukoka. He was surprised that I knew their story.
The current one?
Yes. So I told him, but you know this story started in the other way. He said, how do you know our story? So that is what we want to gather from many of our elders and are beginning to pass on with our story.
Exactly. They are dying.
Yes.
There's that book which is called Die Poor. Like when you go, but you leave all the knowledge behind instead of dying with the knowledge.
Yeah.
You're dying with our rich history.
Yes.
Where are we going to find all
Where
this?
are we going to find it? Now, if we let all of them go, let them tell us what they had, what they do. Because for them, many of those, you'll find them now in their 80s and 90s. But they'll tell us, oh, when we were kids, this is what they told us. At least let's start with that. So that once we have instilled it as a culture, then it continues. We read the Bible. You hear all those things. In the Bible, it was because people kept telling these stories and eventually they were documented. And now, many people will tell you about, where is it, Judea?
That is the Israel,
in Israel
and Palestine.
But they will not know about
Kanungu.
and,
and when you visit Israel, you will find that the story extends, and someone will tell you that, there were other, I've forgotten the name, there were other people from other areas also who came in, and you see, I tell you. And
but
then
the story of the Bible starts here in Africa. They talk about places like Kush in the Bible. Kush is just the Sudan here, very close to us. They talk about Ethiopia in the Bible. They talk about the Nile. We have the source of the Nile here.
Because when you go to Old Cairo, you will find that that church where Jesus hid for the 40 days. When you go to the pyramids, still in Egypt.
And in Ethiopia, why the Italians wanted the Ethiopia? Because Ethiopia has the earliest scriptures. We had Christianity in Africa by 4 AD. In the 4th century, we already had Christianity here. And then they tell us, and we believe, that Christianity was brought to Africa in the 1870s, 1870. But we had it in 4 AD. That's why the other guy was reading about Isaiah. And that's why in Ethiopia, by the way, they have even a different calendar.
Yes. Yeah, there's a
So
time
there
you
was
go and
already
like we are
Christianity
preparing for our new year. But when your months ahead.
And King Solomon was here, the Queen of Sheba. And then they tell us, you people, we are the ones who civilized you. And because somebody tells you over the years, you begin believing that you were uncivilized until this person came and civilized you.
So Sheila, I'm going to take you a bit back. How does this dream start to the extent that you even acquired over 10 acres, particularly to fulfill the dream? That's what beats my understanding. We've talked about, of course, creating, redefining our identity. But what were the initial stages of this dream?
Okay, the initial stages, it starts to like when I'm a child. And I'm being told stories about our great-great-grandparents. And my grandmother is telling us those stories. Of course, for her, she always had a reason to pass on our story. I'm Mtoro, so that she was passing on the story about the Batoro and Manyoro.
Oh, the Mpakos.
And Ndahura, King Ndahura, King Wamara. You see, I'm Kawamara, so a child of the Wamaras. So she's telling us all these beautiful stories, but then they don't end. Then at school, those days we were learning about again in Kintu and Nambi, Sarah and Mumbi. Yeah? So we had that kind of the history. So as a child, I was intrigued. Then studied up to the university as taking history as a subject, a teaching subject. I want to teach it. But in school, that is not taught. So later on, as I grow up, at every stage, you'd find that there was a reason why this is happening. So when I was a journalist, I went to cover the war in Rwanda. And
1994.
1994. And a lot of it was coming back because the people were talking about the Hamites myth, the Hamites, the Tutsis being from Ethiopia, and the Hutus being the... But it was, some of it was just trying to justify the injustifiable. But really, during those days, people used to move. people used to move. And when we were studying at the university, the differences in human beings, it would depended on what you are doing, your occupation, and your diet. So you find people who really live on meat and milk. They'll be tall, they'll be white. Then the people who are eating dodo and doing all the hard labor, you'll have different physics. If you're going to every day be in the sun, digging, definitely you'll be darker than me, who is in somewhere.
Yeah, of course.
So in history, when we were studying that at university, we were being told it was just basically the different diets and the different occupations they were doing. That creates the physical features. Yeah? And of course, if you decide that, like you imagine a child born in the United States, you are two kids, you are all born in, let me say, Kaberamaido. You are two. Then, one is taken to live in the United States, one stays in Kaberamaido. They produce children. The one in the US remains in the US, produces from there, stays there, 3 generations. You bring the children of the one who stayed in the US and the one in Kaberamaido, hard labor. You'll be totally different.
They can totally fight.
You'll be totally different.
They'll be totally, of course.
What you'll see those guys being huge, even now. Just they take some kids to the US, they come back, they are big.
Of course. They were like, "Mommy, what are you saying?"
Yes, and you see they are huge. So that is the whole thing. But people began saying, no, those were different. And then the Bazungu also came. Of course, the differences, they amplified them. They say you are more superior than those guys. Those guys are like this. Even here in Uganda, they did it.
So you went, you covered the war.
So after covering the war, I was like, no, we need to tell our story. So I have always been like, let's tell our story. Our story is better than many stories I've had around the world. Because here we have like close to 60 nationalities in Uganda. And these are people who are so different in a way. Some of them are so linguistically different. You find that there is a Mutoro who will not understand a Mukonjo, but they are so close to each other. Toro is below the mountains.
Then Kasese,
the other side, they speak different. You go to the Bagisu and the Basabin. Totally, they speak differently, but they are all on Mount Elgon. Different cultures. Then you come to the Baganda here, Basonga, Banyoro, you'll find that we are different. So, and different stories, different experiences. So until I was like, no, this, I needed to do this. But then, how do you do it?
Now that's where I want now. How bit now?
I think one of the things that made me, that was 2014 Christmas. I was with my grandkids. We went out, my grandkids, my sons, my daughters, and we were out. We wanted to eat out. And one of the, we couldn't find a place where children could be able to be children and play. So immediately I said, no, I'm going to create a park. And the park where parents can come and their children, and children play, children be children. So immediately when I started developing the park, my other original dream came back to say, this should be a place for storytelling. So everybody was like, so you'll be sitting around the fire and telling these stories? I said, no.
So you acquired the whole of this place at once?
Yes, in 2000. Not yesterday.
Oh my God!
I wouldn't be able to afford it if it was. So I acquired it like in 2000, and at that time, this place. Some people, even if they gave it to them free of charge, maybe they would have said, no, I'm not taking this place. So it was inaccessible. Surrounded by water. There was a lot of water in this place. If whenever we would come here and it rains, would all like pray to where are we passing to go back to Kampala. Yeah. So it was like there is a river which rotates around here. It's called Nachiyanja. So that Nachiyanja
The one
goes,
of Namugongo.
yeah, it is in Namugongo. It is down here in after before you get to Nsasa. So Nachiyanja keeps moving around.
Around whenever it rains and it floods.
Yes. So Nachiyanja was like our nightmare. So we got this place at that time. An acre was going for 1 million shillings.
Uganda shillings.
Uganda shillings. It was a lot a bit, but it was still cheaper. Because I know around the Ntinda, I think land that time had gone up. It was like 7-8 million. So, and maybe a plot. But, so it was starting to raise. But this side, it was cheap. So we said, they were selling this land and we said,
how much is the acre now?
Wow, an acre now, because an acre has about 8 plots. If they are going for, it could be about 600 million.
600 million?
Yes.
So, Sheila acquired this place in 2000.
Yeah. And I know.
At a cost of 1 million shillings per acre. She managed to acquire this place. She managed to acquire over 10 acres and that's
14
acres.
14 million.
At 14 million.
Yes, that's what we paid.
How did you even manage to keep this place from that time up to now without selling even 10 by 10? Because apparently there are people who have 50 by 50. But someone is already advertising on TikTok. I can give you 10 by 3.
Now, my late husband happened to have been one of the Ugandan heroes who went to fight in Ruwero.
Oh.
So, for him, and he was from also, he came from Rukunjiri, where land was scarce.
Oh.
So he used, I think, whatever money would get, he would say, we buy land. And I used to wonder, I would say, but why?
Okay.
He told me God is not creating more land. So for them, because of the scarcity, so he used to say, you know what? Land is one thing God will never create again. He created once and he finished.
Exactly.
So once you get the land, keep it. And you would say, it's a curse. If you keep it and make sure you use it. Not just keeping it and you say, let me keep my land.
And then you become an absent landlord.
Yes. And then also as an economist, I know that land appreciates. It is one thing, when you buy land, it will keep going up. It never goes down. Because God is not creating more land.
Of course.
And remember, we are giving birth to more people. So land will keep rising. So I keep advising younger people, if you can, buy land. Invest in real estate. Because it is one thing that will help to keep moving up.
Because even on the cadastral sheet, the total acreage of Uganda, the land that Uganda had in 1940, so it has never increased.
No.
But the population,
it keeps increasing.
it keeps increasing.
So even here, I keep saying that, okay, now someone will say, but now you've kept all this and you are not to do what? I will say, no, we are going to do all that because it will bring in more money to this country, even when I'm gone. And then I live, when you look at that land up there, that is parking.
Yeah.
But having traveled out of Uganda, I realized that people can do 6-7 levels of parking.
Yes.
And then you'll have more plots up there.
Yes.
So the plots are not on the ground. So what I would have done here, I leave this space
as parking,
but
with time
that
can elevate it.
The plots will be up there. So you keep in mind, now, in case we say all this has been developed into what different places where we are doing all this virtual reality, but the land, there is more up. If you go to places like Hong Kong, Singapore, people grow up in one apartment. That's where the school is. That's where everything is, the shopping, and just like that. And someone says they have lived here.
If you want to go for a swimming pool,
it is up. Then you want
if you want to go to the school.
I remember we spent days and you are just the shops. You connect from one building to another. You don't even realize that you've just been moving around the island, but you're in like one building. So people work, they do everything there. But here, because we still have land, so we do a lot of wastages. But development is catching up with us, and that's what you've seen so many apartments coming up. So even here at Tembuzi, we have some plots which are up there. So I'm not yet done.
So, Sheila, this is something that we are talking about. For those of you who have just joined, earlier on Sheila was talking about the plans to create our history, to like bring it to a virtual reality such that you can feel in place. Just here there's the history of the Iteso. The Iteso, those who come from the Iteso sub-region. And it is here that the Iteso are part of the Langi group. Oh, the Langi from Lida.
The Lango, yes.
Hey.
Hey.
Hey, so you mean when I greet an Iteso in Langi?
They are cousins now.
They are cousins.
No, and their language, because of the different intermarriages and what, so you find that their languages are different now. But the Lango people, they call them generally the Atekere. So you'll see that they had similar origins.
What's this word?
Abyssinia.
Abyssinia. Isn't
which
this
is
from
in the
Egypt?
Bible. No, in Ethiopia.
In Ethiopia, yes, Ethiopia.
Present day Ethiopia. So that's where they came from.
Hey, okay. So the Langi, the Iteso are part of the Langi group, which is said to have come from Abyssinia, present day Ethiopia.
Yes.
So that's why sometimes you find that you are an Ethiopian.
Yeah, and when you see them when they are dancing, in most of those places they will dance going upwards. So some of the things you'll find that they will have certain strings that take them back.
The Iteso and Nilo-Hamitic group, with similar origins as the Langi, the Karamojong, the Jie,
and the Kumam.
Today the Iteso live in eastern Uganda in the districts of Soroti and Komi.
So this is where we started from. I wanted to just test the idea. Would people be interested? So we made these talking boards.
So apparently when they come here, before the technology thing, like establishing the what you're trying to talk about, the virtual studios and so on. So when they come, when someone comes, takes a walk,
they will find stories. We used to call them talking boards. And actually children, most of them, some of them have been destroyed by the weather and what. So we are trying to see how we can replace them in a more accessible manner. Okay. But you'd find a child coming back and telling you, I know who I am. My parents told me I am a Lango. And I found our board of the Lango, and you know my people from Lango do ABC. So I was like, this is what I want. Yeah. So somebody would come and say, I've been looking for our board. I found the Bagisu. They're the other side.
The other side.
Yes.
And I've gotten to know about it. I've gotten to know about our history. And by the way, you can come here and even spend a weekend.
Yes.
Because the same place also accommodates. There are cottages here, still fresh and clean. I tried to move around there and I was like, oh my God, why didn't I come with Mommy Favor? Juma knows why Favor. Juma, don't laugh, eh?
Yeah.
So, Sheila, taking you back again to 2000 when you're acquiring this place and your late husband, may his soul rest in peace.
The late Jack Mishambi.
The late Jack Mishambi, may his soul rest in peace. When he told you that land appreciates and it's the only thing that God cannot create again. What came into your mind?
I think that time what was in our mind, like that time both of us were still working. So I was more into, we did a bit of farming here. So we'd get all the food we are eating at home here. until when I was ready, and I said, now that I'm ready to do what I actually wanted to do, we can start building this place.
Hey.
So I was more like, once we put out the basic structure, the most difficult thing here is growing this grass and making sure the trees grow up to a certain
level.
what you want them to be.
Then you trim.
Yes, then we trim. Now, like you see the size of the trees now, you can come now and do the virtual reality zones. So when somebody is in that trance of virtual reality, then they are able to say, oh my God, this place is beautiful. One, you'd be able to walk without a lot of, what do we call it, heat.
Yeah.
Because it is cool, then the birds have come back.
Oh my
At
God.
one time, all birds had run away,
Do you know that these birds make you feel, make you forget about any problem that you have?
Yes, and you see just the environment. You'll think you are out of Kampala.
This place is similar to the late James Wapakabulo's home. It is in Mafudu.
Mafudu. Yes, I remember. That's where
in Mbale there.
Yes.
Sironko, I think the current Sironko district. Yeah. The late Madam Mama is there, Mama Angelina.
Yeah, Angelina. Yes.
So Mama is there. Mama has also established. Okay, she has made the area look like a tourist preserved home. Like you get there and you look at the trees and you're like, wow. So the birds are there making some good noise to Mama whenever she sits there, and you find her, she's like, oh, singing.
Yes, they give you a
so it's
new
the same
kind of
atmosphere
life,
here.
yeah?
They give you
So
the life.
You're like, oh my God.
Hey.
And you see, because our environment, in a number of times, people have kind of destroyed it. So you find that we are losing that part of nature. Yes. So when you see this one, we shall have a lot of debates here, but also we are building it for like a whole. No, let me say a multi-purpose recreational hall where you can have your wedding or your big party or big debates. So, and we're having there, we have plans, we're putting there a like a learning hub.
The other one?
Yes, where you can come with books and everything will be in there. But this one, you can have a destination, what people are saying, destination weddings. So you have your reception here and you don't need a lot of decoration. The background is already decorated for you by nature.
So those are going to be additional services.
Yes,
on
those
top
are
of,
additional services.
The virtual studios.
Yes, we have to be sustainable. Otherwise, we may go into the additional one, because if you have somebody who says, I want to have my wedding here, we shouldn't say, no, you can't have your wedding. Please, you can come have your wedding here, and you'll just be in nature.
Yeah,
So,
it's like a one-stop center.
Yeah, you do. When you're making such an investment, you make sure that you create other services, because people will always ask for those services. What if I want to have my wedding at Tembuzi? Then we say you can have your wedding. Then for us, when you are gone, we can still have our debates and our history and whatever. So the place does other things.
What if I can come to have a library, sit and read and learn?
Yes, you come in and learn, because also we are planning to have like exchange programs with institutes and universities across the world, so that those residencies will come and really do research, as also we are also sending our own people to their countries to do research, so that we see how they are doing it that side and how can we do it here. Yeah. So for me, Tembuzi, it is like creating, saying like a legacy. You're creating a legacy, something you leave behind when you're gone. Because, okay, I got this land at 1 million.
Per acre.
per acre. I found this land here, didn't I?
You did.
And I'm going to leave it here.
Exactly.
So let me make use of it, that even when I'm gone, other Ugandans will use it, rather than when I say, okay, I got it, I'll chop it in two small places,
Then I
sell
leave.
it, and leave. So instead of being that selfish, I say, okay, we can do something better out
So
of
let us
ourselves.
differentiate the two. Is it being selfish or having enough?
You see, you become selfish when you always think things are not enough. But when you grow to an extent to realize that things are more than enough, and I can share these things and make sure we all benefit out of it. Because that means that you have more than enough. You are selfless, let's say. Or self-full.
Not
When
selfless.
when you are self-full, you are full, and believe that whatever you are given, you can still share it with the many, even those you don't know. Because I'm sure if, when this place is fully developed, it will be like out of my hands. I can still benefit, but it's completely out of my hands. It becomes a national asset. Not saying that the government has taken it over,
No.
but it is a national asset.
It becomes like something of the public.
Yes, for the public.
It's the public to
So
decide.
people will decide whether I like it or not. 500 years from now, there's no way I'll be up in heaven taking decisions about this place. No way. Yeah.
So, in that journey, how are you trying to build it that it can live in your absence?
One of the things that I'm really trying to ensure that it is done, it is to create systems.
Thank you.
You make sure there are systems that live beyond you. And you make sure this is not a one-woman show. I don't work in the kitchen down there in the restaurants. There are people who are working there. There are people who I'm working with to make this dream come true. Some of them, they are selflessly, they are giving me ideas on a daily basis. And they're telling you, no, this one do like this do like this. So that it's no, it is the vision is too big for me alone. So the creation of systems will make sure that it outlives me. Yeah.
Do you know, I've asked that question strategically because in most cases, we've seen people who have had dreams, we've seen people who have tried to pursue dreams, but at the end of the day, when they get back to the creator, things fall apart.
That happens when you, as the vision bearer, you think this is your vision. It's not your vision. As early as possible, take it out from your hands. Let other people take decisions. And you keep on guiding them to keep to your vision. But not to tell them, don't think.
Because you're the master of the vision.
No. So for here, even sometimes I'm asking some people, and I've tried as much as possible not to make it a family affair. So there are so many people, and they are busy, they are making, they are dreaming, they come up with ideas, and because I had the original one, so I keep on going ahead of them. When I think I'm running too fast, I go back and say, guys, let's meet. So far, and
you say, hold on, guys, okay, you can come.
Yes.
Can we have a chat?
Yes, we talk about it, but make sure that you have systems. Tomorrow, we all never know when the day will come. But when you've set up a system, tomorrow this place continues with or without you.
Or without you.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you very much. The conversation continues. Like I've told you, I'm with Sheila Kawamara. Sheila Kawamara is a former legislator who served in the East African Parliament, IALA. She's a former journalist. Some of the people who led the foundation that we are trying to cling on, playing on. The likes of
You're doing a good job.
The likes of Dr. Patricia Litho, the likes of the late Bale Francis, the likes of Peter Sematimba, and many other. Name two.
Name two? We have David Sepuya.
David
He was
Sepuya.
in the New Vision. I have Samuel Obo.
Oh, Samuel Obo, I've heard
Charles
of him.
Onyango.
Charles Onyango, boss, still at
We have
Capital FM.
Wafula Ogutu.
Ha!
Those are giants.
Oh
William
my
Pike.
God! I had a conversation, an interview with Wafula Ogutu. Oh, it was so interesting.
You see.
He told me of the days of when President Museveni was his great friend until he changed.
Yeah, people change, and you allow that. In life, we should always agree that.
Wafula Ogutu was like, oh, I was among the people who used to preach the gospel of the 10-point program.
When he was the Chinese communist. He told me about that.
So big up on Mr. Wafula Ogutu. He resides around Tindarea.
Yes.
He's a very good guy, very good man. Yeah, he's also living a good life there.
Yes.
So that is Dr. That is Sheila Kawamara. She's taking us through just a walk of 14 acres. By the way, we've not walked even to the other side.
No, we
It is
didn't
a very
get
big place. I'm just worried that I don't want to lose like 10 kilograms at the end of the day because when we are done with this walk, I am quite sure that I will lose like 3. It is Tembuzi Cultural Park. Of course, where they are trying to redefine and create recreate the history and identity of Uganda or Africa at large.
Yeah.
She's still, of course, trying to give us a conversation of how to manage business, how to leave a legacy. Because very many people think that they live a successful life. And of late, we've heard that the definition of success is keeping on changing over time. In the past years, one would define success as someone who has a small piece of land, a car, a house, a TV. There's a time in my village when in Tororo there, when my uncle bought a road cycle, that bicycle, it's called what?
Roadmaster.
Roadmaster. I'm telling you.
You are the richest guys.
We were the richest. The whole village grouped up, and then they took a lot of sodas from the trading center, which the children, we took a lot of, what's that thing called? Yeah, super deep. Yes. So that was very successful.
The buying of a bicycle. But
so when you're trying to tell me that you want to leave a legacy, that this place can live like 500 years even when you leave this earth.
Yes.
That is something that beats my understanding also, because very many people are in this world and say, let me play my part and live. After all, the children, everyone, this is not how I was born. I also didn't find this. My parents, no. Let me do my part and go away.
Now, that is when you're gone, what is remembered about you? That you were also part of the people that were here on earth. That was partly going to be success. I know some people out there may not agree. They may say, but you cannot.
Do you know why they might not agree? Because, if I may ask, can Sheila trace back like the previous 4 generations and their contribution to her life?
And that is the problem, because it was never written.
Oh.
That is why we are trying now to write that Sheila, when I live here, I make sure I have written my book so that my grandchildren and great-grandchildren will read about me. You get? Now, I can't tell what my grandparents did. I remember one of my grandmothers, after many years after she's dead, that's when I said, my God, this woman was great. But she didn't write. And then my mother never wanted to talk about her mother's life. Yes. Now, you see, because of that, your legacy is destroyed. It's not documented. And there was one time somebody was telling us, whatever is not documented, it did not happen. Yeah.
Okay. Like a while ago, you talked about the late. How long did you spend with the late?
About 9 years.
About 9 years.
Yes.
Okay. I know you might not get into the details.
Yes.
What is that experience you remember, a good experience you remember in your family with him, in the times you had with him?
Oh, I think he was extremely hilarious. By the time he died, he was a colonel in the UPDF. So he was when they were in the bush, he was one of the political commissars. So he was in the commissariat. And these are the guys who used to preach the movement.
Yeah?
Like it is in their blood. That even I think one of the things which I still laugh about is like when he was dating. It would be like a political science lesson. So throughout the life I had with him, he would start something and you know it will end, according to backwardness. And you're like, hey. So he had passion for what he did, and he was so proud for what he did in terms of taking the decision, which was not very easy. And most people think that these guys just woke up one day like mad people and decided we are going to fight against the government. I think one of the things is that at that time, there was a reign of terror in this country. The governments had lost it. I was in my secondary school, and we had completely lost it as a country. We didn't even know where we were going. By 85, when I had finished my senior 6, when they overthrew Obote and Tito Okello's 6 months as president, we were running. They used to call that era of Duka Duka. So those guys who escaped, most of them, by the way, escaped because they were being hunted. They never went there voluntarily. They would create a panda gari. We were living in Luzira. Then they take away all the young people that they are gorillas. If you had the nose looking like something which they would suspect, they say, but this nose, you must be a gorilla. So because of your nose, which you did not decide to have, you are taken. So these young men and women who ended up going to Luwero, really, by the time they came in 86, I was now at university in my first year, we were craving to be liberated. And the liberation they talk about is real from the side where we were. To other people who were being thrown out of government, that was not liberation, definitely. That's why I say our story depends where you are standing. So if you are being thrown out of power, that's not a liberation. You are losing it. But for us who were now on this other side of oppression, that was liberation.
Okay.
So when Jack, as he's known that time, when he came out of the bush, he was a major, Major Jack Mishambi. Then later on he was promoted.
What was his number?
117.
117.
Yes.
Okay.
So that 117, RO 117.
RO 117, yeah.
And sometimes I say, actually, those guys, even if they are gone, they should be remembered, or their families should be remembered, because they contributed a lot. Yes, he was a decorated national hero. So, but sometimes I think we forget.
I know.
That even those guys, as they are serving, they are those people who sacrifice a lot for them to be able to serve. So, but when they are gone, sometimes we forget. I always really feel bad for...
is it forgetting, or is someone is busy to remember?
I think it is like our colleague is gone. But in order to serve, because that's national service, in order to serve, you must have a family which is sacrificing itself. Because, for example, for me, most of the times he was away. He was in Gulu fighting Kony. He was so his children hardly saw him, hardly got to know the dad he was. So that is a service. You can never bring back a dad to his children. So his children, afterwards he passed. So his children have not got to know him. So he's been gone.
He passed on when they were still young?
Yes, he's been gone for 22 years. He left 4 children.
He left 4.
Yeah. So for 22 years we have not lived with him. Now the children are adults. But being denied a dad, I think the military is one of the, I would say, the most biggest sacrifice people give up because you don't have like a command over your life.
The bond.
You are being told go to Somalia. You have to go to Somalia. You're being told you are serving.
It's an order.
It is the Central African Republic. You go to Central African Republic. But this wife and the children, when you're gone, and they're like, yeah, our comrade, they should. So sometimes I say no. They should be remembered. And he was someone who was so passionate about this country and very humorous. I think anybody who was around Jack at any time would be just laughing.
Who was his best friend who is still alive?
There are some of his friends. There is of course Colonel James Tumusime. There is both now they are retired Colonel Richard Nwagaba. There is his best man, our best man, Charles Kamanguza. They are all still alive, and whenever we meet, the conversation will turn to him. So we always laugh and say, this guy never went. He's always around to make sure that when we are all together, he's around to tell his story. So I remember when we bought this land, one of the things I remember.
You came with him?
We were with him. So we were sloping down here with the villagers. They were showing us the demarcations. So as we are going, the guys around tell him, but Afande, this land you will not manage it. So they say, this land, wano waliwo emisambwa, linataka lirimwe emisambwa. So he comes back to me and says, what are misambwa? What are misambwa? I told him that now these misambwa in Western Uganda they call them abachwezi. I think that those are the bachwezi. Then he comes back to these locals. He said, "Byogera lulimichi." So they said,
so that you can talk to them.
They said, "Byogera, afande byogera mu Luganda. Ebyo sijja biwulira nze sogera Luganda." And he just walked on and he said, can you imagine this backwardness? Now that's where the political lesson is now being. This is totally backwardness. How do they believe that these Misambwas, somebody can't develop this land? So this land was going very cheaply again. One, it was a hard to reach area, although we are very close to Namugongo here. We are just 4 kilometers.
Yes,
it was hard to reach.
4 kilometers from Namugongo. On the other side,
yes,
of
even from Chira, again we are 4 kilometers
from Chira.
Yes, so it is very close. But now they were saying the owner of the land also believed there were Misambwa and Mizimu in this place. So,
that's how he easily sold the land.
Yes. Now, because for us we don't speak the language of the Misambwa, then of course,
took over
if
the
something
land.
Comes and speaks to you in the language,
did you ever see those Misambwas?
There is a snake we killed as we went down this way. This snake had the colors of the Ugandan national colors, black, yellow, and red. I had never seen a snake like that. So these guys, as they were slashing, they cut it in two. This snake is available. They say it's highly poisonous and what. So for me, when I came, everybody was panicking. They said, Honorable, they have killed the Musambwa. And I was like, where is it? I said, they showed me a snake. And I was like, come on, this is a snake. They said, you are going to see what is going to happen. Some people, I think, fled out of the area. I just said, this is a snake. Where is the other part of it? Because this was the hind part. So a few days as they were slashing, they found the other part also around there. Just a huge snake which had lived here undisturbed. And I think had they not slashed it in two, maybe we would have called the wildlife authority to come and get it. But these guys accidentally slashed it.
Because this was its place.
This was its habitat.
Habitat.
But I was told at one time I was passing through the trading center and the people came running to see the woman who killed
the snake.
Yes. I was like, this is Uganda. So I like that story because it's part of our stories to see how superstitious our people are and how with that kind of superstition, how development was difficult to attain in our country. But you see, when you tell those stories and relate them to what is happening in our country, our people are able to say, oh my God, that's not real, this is real. You find people now going out to pray at prayer mountains. They are cursing, they are beating, they say these Bachwezi should go be killed.
You hear someone saying that those are generational curses. They
Generational
should go. They should never follow you. And that is part of your grandmother.
That is your
and that's how your mother used to.
Now, you're busy cursing your genealogy instead of trying to find out who these people are and how they actually came to be and how these people have helped because they are sustainable. We are here because they sustained this land and kept it. And through those whatever cultures, customs, we pick the good things and discard the bad things. But you cannot go around cursing the so-called Bachwezi and yet some of their wisdom, we are currently using it.
Right now.
Yes. You know this game Omweso?
Yes,
it was a strategy game. Very strategic as you are playing it. It's like chess. So, until you know that should be a strategy game played in our schools. But somebody will say, hey, you find that, yeah.
So, Sheila, what's this?
Oh, this one, it is an obstacle course. Obstacle course. So it ends up with a zip line somewhere. So people come, they start
there's a
going.
zip line there.
Yes, there's a zip line. There was okay. So adults, children, they come, they play, just trying to go around the obstacles.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, and that defines the fun park we are talking about.
That defines the fun.
And then
the
down here we have
the kids' corner. So out of all these, even as we develop the bigger picture of the storytelling, we want stories to be around these trees, the fun course, so that you are not just going around an obstacle course, but you are moving from one end and we are telling you now you're moving to this end, there's going to be this. Then you move to another end. So it could be refined differently. But at every stage you are discovering your story and our story. Yeah.
All right. This conversation continues. This is, of course, Sheila Kawamara, the former journalist. But there's never a former journalist.
No, I'm never a former.
I've never heard of a former journalist. I've never heard of someone called a former journalist. So, Sheila, when Dad leaves, you try to thrive, maneuver the life of being a single mother. How do you play the father role?
Now, when Jack died in 2004.
2004.
By then I was in the East African Parliament. Our youngest kid was 3 years old. Yes. And the eldest was 16 years old. So what happened was when somebody is not there, you have to take both. And by then I was in and out of the country. They were in boarding school, so when they would come on their holidays, sometimes I would move with them. It was very difficult, even to assert yourself, and you carry both hands, and sometimes you become tougher than because you have to make sure your children.
You have to make sure you're a father, you're a mother. So you become tough as a father, or you become
soft as a mother. Yes. So sometimes you confuse the roles and maybe to some extent my kids could have had some rough bits of me and some good bits of me, and sometimes with children you never know, sometimes it hurts them. But I did the best I could to make sure that they all completed school, universities, so they have got married, they have kids.
At that time in 2004, the eldest was in
senior 5.
Senior 5.
Yes.
Oh.
And the youngest was in
the youngest, of course, the 3 months.
3 years.
3 years. 3 years.
3 years. Yes. So he was just starting school. So along the way, I also got another one who, he's my adopted son. I got him from St. David's Home. So he's also now a big young man.
You adopted like
yes.
you are missing.
No, the youngest said he didn't want to be a last born. So sometimes the demands of kids have to be attended to. So since he didn't want to be a last born,
Didn't you treat that as a problem?
at
Because
first
you already have a problem and
it was
somebody
a
saying,
challenge.
I don't
At first I would say it was a challenge. Then it became lovely because children are children. The moment he came in, I call him the child of my heart because they are children you have biologically, but they are those who become part of you. So he became a child of my heart. Yes.
At the time of adoption, how old was he?
He was going to be 1 year old. He was just still crawling. And that's when he came home. Yeah.
So that means he has never known the parents?
No, they wouldn't. He doesn't know. He doesn't. Because even where the home didn't know his parents. So he's my son, legally and otherwise.
Of course.
Yes.
Of course. Totally legally. Legally.
So he's the last born right now.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you continue, you managed to pay these fees?
Yes.
You educated them?
It was, of course, one of the most challenging things. The school fees, the making sure all their, whatever they have to take care of a child. It's on you. Yeah. Yeah.
Didn't you find a time that you are missing a husband at home?
That one is a continuous thing.
Because I see
it. You know, people, when you're widowed, either way, whether a man loses a wife or a woman loses a husband, you miss that part of you for I think for the rest of your life. That even maybe even when you replace him or get remarried, sometimes you still miss the person. Yeah. So you miss him. Of course, remember, as your husband, he's your friend, your roommate,
exactly
same bed. So he's your even sounding board. Whatever you're going to do, you are like, oh God, what can I do here? That even as we were developing this park, I would say, but really, Jack, what could we do out of this? What could we have done here? You think about it and you say, and sometimes it's like an idea comes up and I always laugh about it and I say, this guy has come and he has told me, I think we're doing this. So let's go by that. So, yeah, it is a very, very painful moment. I think losing a spouse, I would not wish it on even the worst of my enemies. I would never wish anybody to lose their spouse.
Oh.
It happens.
Repeat that statement.
I would never wish, even on my worst enemy, that they should lose a spouse. I see many people making stupid jokes about people's deaths and about when they lose their spouse. It is so painful. Nobody should ever play with that. Nobody should play with that. Because this person is either a father to some people who are now orphaned, to the children, is a husband or a wife to a man has died, so he leaves a wife.
Oh, a woman who has died,
he leaves a husband. And for you, you are making jokes about it. I think our society has gone to really to the dogs.
To the dogs, yeah.
Because you don't make jokes about that and say, oh, it's good, so and so has done. No. Just think about it. That is someone's father, that's somebody's husband, somebody's son or daughter. So it is very painful. And of course, a number of times when women like us Meaning, when you're a strong woman in society, when you lose your husband, people say, no, you know, she's strong.
She will manage.
She will manage.
It
is so
things,
easy.
You know, we can leave her.
Yeah, she's always managed, but it is tough. And those are the women who are most neglected. I remember at one time, I failed even to raise money for school fees. And I was advised, you know, you can go and get the kids on a scholarship. You know, the State House has scholarships. I thought about that whole, I tried it and failed completely. I failed to get that bursary.
Because of the status of their late dad?
Yeah, yes,
so
because of the status. I tried
around.
Because they were in a school. And they kept on telling me, oh, the president is going to sign you, you know, oh, Mishambi, oh, they played me around.
They promise, even now, even if you call today, that has never ended.
Afterwards, I just said, you know what?
You gave up.
Just struggle like any Ugandan. Go, these children will study. So that one didn't work out. Then you are thinking of what do I do? So it makes you more brilliant. I thank God I was in the women's movement, the Uganda women's movement, and the different women organizations kept giving me like consultancies. So those consultancies helped me to raise money for my kids to go to school. But then I started a supermarket. I was in Chikuba. I went back to my, you know, when I was growing up, my mother had a shop in Luzira. So I grew up knowing how to maneuver
such businesses,
in Chikubo or Wino Market, Nakasero Market. So as soon as now this gets you a shocker because he died in 2004 and in 2006 I lost my seat in the East African Parliament.
Oh, you wanted to have a second term?
I wanted a second term, definitely. You know, when you go in politics, you always
becomes, like, it's a demon.
So I wanted a second term.
Yeah, but those members of parliament were selfish. Couldn't they even understand that this is our Sheila? She's just come out of a serious situation. Let's vote her in. I've seen them there ganging up to vote.
Yes,
maybe someone.
But this time I was thrown out, and I said it's well. And
that was the 6th parliament.
I think it was the 8th parliament.
The 8th parliament.
Yes. Because we were voted in by the 7th parliament, the 8th parliament.
The 8th parliament.
Yeah. But afterwards, actually, when I was voted out, and that evening, I was like, now where do we start from? You had one income after Jack's death. Now you have no income
at all.
That's how God tries us. So getting home, I was like, when I was driving, I was like, now, okay, where do I start from? I'm out of his yalla. It's now drowning on you.
Reality has set in.
Yes. Now I get home, and my 4-year-old runs out of the house. You know, he was 5 then, I think. He was 5. So he came running out of the house. He said, Mommy, did we win?
Oh my God.
And I said, no, we lost. He said, so you are not going back to Arusha?
You were strong enough to respond? Or there
I
were
told
some
him
tears there?
We lost. No, I was very strong. I told him, no, sorry, Jotham, we've lost. He said, so you're not going back to Arusha? Then I said, yeah, I'm not going back to Arusha. Then he said, Mommy, we won.
A blessing in disguise now.
Mommy, we won.
We won.
So you're not going back to Arusha? We won. I looked at this boy and I said, I just held him and I said, yes, we won. And you know, when I thought about it, I said, this boy was hurting. He had lost a father. The mother is in and out of his life. So now we've won. We are going to be together.
It's a family now.
To me, it was a win. So when I thought about it, I said, no, I think it was a win. And from that time, my brain now, I think I can't do anything. I'm going to go back and campaign. But now, that time I decided I started a supermarket. That supermarket helped me to push my kids. I think I closed the supermarket in 2019.
COVID.
When, towards COVID,
2020.
towards COVID. So that's when I closed the supermarket. I had started working with the YASI, the Eastern African Sub-Regional Support Initiative for the advancement of women. So you can see that between 2006 when I left
when you left
Parliament
Yala,
to 2018, I had even started this project because this one I started it in 2015 to start developing Tembuzi. So I think being out of the Parliament or being out from jobs that control your movement,
the cash flow.
Yes, you begin thinking more strategically.
You know.
You begin being a hustler.
That's when you start cutting your budget.
Yes, and being a real hustler. Because I would end up in Chikubo. I would wake up very early, get in Chikubo. My supermarket, one was in Bombo and another one was in Naria. And I'm servicing both. You are counting books. Meanwhile, you are being a consultant. Meanwhile, you are coming here to develop Tembuzi. So there was all that hustle. And when you are in a government office, you will not do that. So I thank God that also when my son said we had won, actually we won. Because now I'm happy so many people come here.
I see.
And they come in with their children, they enjoy the place. To me, that's also a blessing. That I could have easily said, oh, this is my land, fence it off. Umbwakali, nobody enters here.
Be aware of dogs.
Be aware of dogs. Hey. No, here it is.
Private property.
Here it is theirs. When you see children running, they don't even ask, who owns this place? They don't even care. They come here to play, and you can see that when they are playing, their parents are seated and not worried, oh, my child is going to be knocked by a car or what. If they decide they run this way, they know they will come back. Find their parents where they are seated.
Was losing the seat of Yala your worst moment?
No. Apparently it wasn't. I think my worst moment is seeing my husband breathe his last. That was my worst moment.
You witnessed that?
They kind of, because I told him you can't do this to us, and he just looked at me once, and I saw I was like the doctors were trying to put me away, and just seeing that, because they made me sit aside, and they were trying to put oxygen and what, then later on they came and told me they cannot make him breathe again.
That's what they say.
Yes, just that pronouncement. We can't make him breathe again. And then I saw the doctor's tears dropping. After that, I think now nothing scares me.
You became more stronger.
I was.
So you want to say that whatever comes, you cannot treat that as anything, anything that can take you, can break you away.
No, I think that was my biggest test in life. And to me, after Jack's death, the rest, other people think I'm insensitive on certain things. I'm like, oh, it has happened. Okay, let's do this. It's
subconscious.
Like it hurts, but life will continue.
Life will continue. You see, you see a lot of people struggling with the world, running up and down, saying, oh, I'm pissed off with this. Oh, no. How am I going to go? How am I going to manage this? And then you're like, oh, the world hasn't given you news.
It hasn't.
There are people who have experienced great news. There are people who have experienced the worst news.
The worst. And once you've got to that stage, you are looking like when people are fighting and what, you're like,
what's wrong?
What's wrong? Keep your peace.
Can't you leave that? Can't you go away?
That was my wake up.
You saw some people who are almost hanging themselves because of ministerial positions.
Yes.
And you're like, what is it about being a minister?
It's not.
Can't you? Even in campaigns like elections of the recent concluded ones, you're like, what is it? Can't you do away without being a member of parliament?
Yeah.
What is the problem?
You learn to accept everything that comes into your life, and then you also realize that nothing is permanent. At that time when he was declared dead, I thought my life had come to an end. Guess what? 22 years after, I'm still here. I'm alive and still contributing to this country. So I kind of say there is nothing, because you would imagine somebody would be permanently in depression. There are people who decide, because whatever we do in life, it's your decision. And nobody should ever say, no, for me, they forced me into this. Nobody forces you there. It's your decision. Once something hits you down, make sure don't stay down. And that's the decision I took. You can hit me, I'll go down, but guess what? I will come up, and when I come up, I'll be stronger than when I went down.
And that's where Napoleon Hill said any setback should be used as a setup for a comeback.
Yes. So each time something throws you down, don't stay there. Just pick up yourself. And nobody's going to pick you up. That's one thing I've realized. And I don't blame anybody.
By the way, talking about nobody's going to pick you up, I wanted to ask you, how many people who are close to you, by the time the late Jack was around, I won't call him Dad, by the time Dad was around, and when he left, they also left with him?
Oh, many left.
I expected that. I
appreciate people like Sheila Kawamara. Sheila Kawamara has stood with us through thick and thin. He was his boss when they were in Gulu. And Jeno will always be there in all our functions. So for me, Sheila Kawamara is one of those friends who said, you guys, I know it has happened, but Katulabe, how we move around. But many people leave, and I don't blame them. They were his friends. They were not, they became my friends because of him. Yeah. So I expect they were his. So they had to live with him. Yeah. And I don't blame them. So I tell people, don't put your grudges on other people. People don't care about me. Who are you? And why should they care about you? Care about yourself. Do things. There are people who decide they will put their problems on other people. For me, you see these people forgot me. Why should they remember
normally
you?
there are emergencies.
You don't make your emergencies. They are emergencies. Your problems, they become their emergencies.
They are emergencies. Their problems become emergencies.
They also have problems, by the way.
If someone is like, excuse me, I have an emergency. Oh my God.
So why do you think your emergency should become mine? So I don't blame. I don't blame anybody. I believe if God still gave me a brain, God has given me the ability to do so many things, then I should use that brain. And I shouldn't go around blaming people for actually not being there for me. I should be there for myself. And I should keep showing up for myself.
You see, taking you back to the hassles single mothers go through, of recent, when even when these young girls, even before they lose their husbands and so on, but the rate at which they are becoming single mothers and immediately running out with men, from this one to the other one, the speed is too high. So you've just lost your husband. I'd even find families supporting. Say, but you know,
get yourself another
man. You say you need to get out of this. Why don't you do this? So I really find it a bit cruel to stay single for 22 years.
No, it's not being cruel. It's a choice. It's a choice I consciously take. That if I have to have it's also my freedom to decide how do I want to live, so that I'm able to do my own things. That doesn't mean that if I'm 80 or 90 and somebody proposes to me, I can't walk down the aisle with him. But now if I have a decision, I say, no, I had a decision. I wanted to bring up my children without putting confusion in them, because whoever you bring into your life, remember, you're bringing him into other people's lives as well. So I said, no, that one, let me, my children first, come first. So I bring up my children. And now I have too much work on me.
I know.
And I think dating is also too much work. It's a lot of work to deal with people's emotions.
Ladies and gentlemen, with Sheila Kawamara, you can talk until the cows return. But I think we shall have a second part where we shall continue with the conversation, because people like Sheila are too exposed. They have seen it all. That's what I can say. They have seen it all. And they are the very people who are supposed to be sharing experiences with the young generation, how you can navigate, how you can make independent decisions, how you can how you can fight for your space as a woman. Because most women, they normally get talks from these feminists who say, you can make your own money. Oh, what? And they're like, okay, but I make mistakes.
I'm also a feminist. But
I have my friend Dr. Patricia Litho.
Yes, I'm also a
Normally
feminist. But you know, you need to give the advice according to situation, and then let the other person make their own choice.
It is upon you.
It is upon you, because as I said, the choices you make,
Individual choices.
Yours. And don't blame other people.
Because they will say, I was going to do this, but because
so
of
and so told me.
So and so told me that
that was their experience. A lot of what I was telling you, it's my experience. And it is my assessment that the world does not owe you. This idea of trying to blame everybody else apart from you. They used to tell us that as you're pointing the finger, the rest are actually yours. It's only this one going out, the rest are pointing at you. So
you're like this.
Yes, so, you're pointing the rest of the
So as
vision.
we conclude, what percentage is Tembuzi is right now, according to the dream?
According to the dream, I should be like 70%.
70%.
Yes.
Wow, that's good.
Because now I have all my trees ready, my features are ready. So now what we are actually heading into is the technology, the different scripts, then making the research on some of the things. We've written a lot of scripts. We are on YouTube now with the stories.
That's great.
So if you go on YouTube and look out for Tembuzi Culture Fun Park, you'll find us there. Please listen to our stories. And those stories, now we shall be those are the stories we shall turn into virtual reality, and somebody can come here and experience it. But also, you may be in your home. We shall make sure that on your phone, on your TV screen, once you have the gear, virtual reality gear, you can experience it.
Yeah. So you're going to have an app.
Yes, and you can we can be paid for it is our is our content. So we shall have those apps made, so somebody pays all the way from America, and should they want, that will attract them to come here. So we will be like exporting tourism to them. We find you where you are, and you are able to experience our stories. Yeah? Okay. And then you come and look for us where we are.
All right.
Yes.
So thank you very much, Sheila, for sharing
this
information with us. Very many people, especially in the Western world, such information is paid for.
Yes.
You find that someone is like, okay, how much? Bring money in that.
And you might find that in future we are going to work with film producers to make movies out of our stories we take for granted. So we shall work with movie makers in Hollywood and everything.
All right. Thank you very much, Sheila. We wish you well in this journey of transforming this area into one of the best cultural parks that can redefine our tradition and norms, because even of recent there was a discussion in the Interparliamentary Forum they had met in Ghana, and they are trying to say, oh, the Western world should back off our sovereignty, sovereignty over families, sovereignty over our people, sovereignty over our African tradition, family units. They want to bring back that the traditional family unit, how Africa, typical Africa would relate. So that discussion, of course, they passed a few declarations which they are going to sell to the African Union Assembly in February.
Wow,
so this is a credit. So I also credit you.
Thank you so much. I sincerely appreciate it. Thank you, Daniel.
Okay. Yeah. So thank you very much for being part of the show. My name is Daniel Mgoya. Once again, we shall have again another conversation with Sheila Kawamara when time allows. She is always available. If you have time, please pass by Tembuzi Cultural Fun Park. It is a very good peace and calm environment, fresh and clean, like I told you before. Come and enjoy. Come and try to read our history. There are storyboards around. If you want to know about the Busoga Kingdom, if you want to know about the Iteso and the other areas. She's also here to explain to you about who are the people from Fort Porto.
Yes, the Batembuzi
and the Bachwezi. Yeah. So all here at Tembuzi Cultural Fun Park. See you next time.